My name is Frances Haugen. I used to work at Facebook. I joined Facebook because I think Facebook has the potential to bring out the best in us. But I'm here today because I believe Facebook's products harm children, stoke division, and weaken our democracy. The company's leadership knows how to make Facebook and Instagram safer, but won't make the necessary changes because they have put their astronomical profits before people. We can do better. I have worked as a product manager at large tech companies since 2006, including Google, Pinterest, Yelp, and Facebook. My job has largely focused on algorithmic products like Google Plus Search and recommendation systems like the one that powers the Facebook newsfeed. Having worked on 4 different types of social networks, I understand how complex and nuanced these problems are. However, the choices being made inside of Facebook are disastrous for our children, for our public safety, for our privacy, and for our democracy. And that is why we must demand Facebook make changes. During my time at Facebook, first working as the lead product manager for civic misinformation, and later on counter-espionage, I saw Facebook repeatedly encounter conflicts between its own profits and our safety. Facebook consistently resolved these conflicts in favor of its own profits. This is not simply a matter of certain social media users being angry or unstable, or about one side being radicalized against the other. It is about Facebook choosing to grow at all costs, becoming an almost $1 trillion company by buying its profits with our safety. The documents I have provided to Congress prove that Facebook has repeatedly misled the public about what its own research reveals about the safety of children, the efficacy of its artificial intelligence systems, and its role in spreading divisive and extreme messages. I came forward because I believe that every human being deserves the dignity of the truth. Today, Facebook shapes our perception of the world by choosing the information we see. Even those who don't use Facebook are impacted by the majority who do. A company with such frightening influence over so many people, over their deepest thoughts, feelings, and behavior, needs real oversight. My fear is that without action, divisive and extremist behaviors we see today are only the beginning. What we saw in Myanmar and are now seeing in Ethiopia are only the opening chapters of a story so terrifying, no one wants to read the end of it.
As I think to understand, today I'm not here to make a gameplay for you, but to share with all those who follow me some thoughts and conscience related to the use of social network. I wanted to start with the excerpt from the deposition of one of Facebook product manager to the subcommittee on consumer protection of the United States Senate. Frances Haugen, the 37-year-old former Facebook manager, gave a long testimony where, as you have heard, she declared the Facebook product, namely Facebook itself, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp, endangers children, weaken democracy by misinformation, and produce division precisely because of the protection of user, of whom a good chunk in the minor. The giant of Mark Zuckerberg has placed his astronomical profits. In particular, Haugen stressed the fact that the Instagram platform could statistically have heavy effect on the mental health of preteen and adolescent. She also asked the design of the latest social network of the Facebook house with the name of Instagram Kid, which should be soon be launched on the market, be stopped. According to the former product manager of the platform, over 6% of teenagers who attend this social network appear to be damaged both from the scholastic point of view and from the point of view of personal health. Recent surveys seem to have shown that the wrong use of social platform can contribute to onset the deviant behaviors such as depression, anorexia, and fuel bullying. Haugen herself, in her long deposition, said that on Instagram there is no escape. The bullies follow the children in their homes, in their rooms, without any interest on the part of those who manage the platform. Some senators of US Congress have also expressed the opinion on this issue, declaring that social networks are actually becoming a kind of drug for children and adults. Facebook spokesman Andy Stone replied to Haugen's statement saying that she has not actually worked directly on the platform's children's safety protocols, or on Instagram, or on research that Zuckerberg company continually implements for updating terms of safety. I want to talk to you about this today because this is on the theme that I always been close on my heart. Perhaps it's the main theme from which I decided to enter in the world of YouTube. I don't honestly believe it's just a problem with Facebook or its products. I do not doubt that the management of these giants is certainly not fair. It doesn't matter if we are adults or young people or teenagers or children. The way we use social media has really become, in my opinion, comparable to a kind of drug, and unfortunately, the fault of all, this is ours. And if I have to say it all, it belongs to those who are older and who do not monitor the use of style of those who use social network. We put very powerful mobile phone with extreme possibility in the hand of children of 5 or 6 years old. Others are not technological natives, so often children, teenagers, and adolescents also circumvent the form of security that may be installed on mobile phone. Let's face it, it's not enough to put a block thinking this is enough to protect our kids. It's necessary of everyone to find guidelines and limit the help us all to live well even these tools. I especially address to children and young people who follow me. A few days ago, the platform linked to the world of Facebook, therefore also Instagram and WhatsApp, went into shutdown for several hours. Surfing to the net and comparing myself with the younger ones I know, I recorded reaction that, as far as I'm concerned, are on the verge of paradox. Boys and girls who felt lost and alone just because Facebook didn't work for half a day. Teenagers got too paranoid, who recharged their mobile phone, reset their home router several times, contacted mobile phone operators to ask if the problem was about them, just because for a few hours they couldn't post or see the post on the Instagram Messenger boards. Well, tell me if it's not an attitude of someone who's abstinent. Haugen has done nothing but document from within the platform what we all know but didn't have the courage to admit. We have lost control of social network and they are backfiring. I think it's a responsibility, especially of adults, parents, educators of all kinds, from school to sport, from the parish to cooperatives, to generate process that help everyone, but especially children, to use tools well, which means that in some cases it's necessary to limit their use or knowing how to say no. Well, I know that sometimes it's convenient to have children and teenagers in front of television or tablet, personal computer or mobile phone, but we also know that this does nothing but create generation, moreover justified by adults who say, what can we do? Now the world is like this. So if things go like this, we really hope that the providential end of shutdown of social servers will intervene more and more often. Perhaps looking up of the screen of our mobile phone, we will discover the unexpected possibility of interacting with those around us. And what do you think about this? I make myself available from dialogue also in the form of debate on social media.